Deep in the jungle, far from any road, stood a cabin almost swallowed by vines and shadows. It wasn't on any map. It wasn't listed for rent. And yet, when four friends searched online for a cheap jungle getaway, it appeared. Just for them. The reviews were strange. No usernames, no dates. Just one line repeated again and again. Don't stay past 3. But they laughed it off. They were young, fearless, and looking for adventure. And when they arrived, the cabin looked perfect. Old wooden walls, moss creeping along the roof, and a porch that faced a wide clearing in the trees. The air was thick with the smell of rain-soaked earth, but inside the cabin, it was dry, warm, and welcoming. At first, nothing felt wrong. They unpacked, cooked dinner, and joked about ghost stories. The jungle around them hummed with cicadas, croaked with frogs, alive with sound. But that night, everything changed. Sometime after midnight, the noises of the jungle faded. One by one, the frogs, the insects, the birds fell silent. And then came the sound. A knock. 3 sharp raps on the wooden door. The friends froze, eyes darting toward each other. One of them, Michael, laughed nervously. Probably the wind. But they all knew. The knock was too clear, too deliberate. When they opened the door, no one was there. Just the darkness of the clearing, stretching into the jungle. The air outside felt wrong, thick, watching. They shut the door, locked it, and returned to bed. But sleep didn't come, because the knocking returned. Always 3, always at exactly 3 a.m. The next day they tried to ignore it. They hiked, swam in the river, pretended nothing strange had happened. But when night fell, dread settled in. They checked the locks twice, pulled curtains tight, and sat together by the dim lantern light. And at 3 a.m., knock, knock, knock. This time the sound was louder, closer. The wood of the door seemed to shake with the force. Michael grabbed a flashlight and yanked the door open. Again, nothing. The beam of light fell across the clearing, but the jungle was empty. They laughed it off again, but the fear was real now, because just as they closed the door, a new sound came. Knocking, but not from the front. From the back wall of the cabin. 3 raps. Slow, heavy, as if someone, or something, was circling the cabin. By the 3rd day, tension was eating them alive. Every creak of the cabin made them jump. Every rustle of leaves outside made them shiver. They talked about leaving, but the roads were muddy from the storm, the path slippery and dangerous. They decided to stay. Just one more night. That evening, they barricaded the doors with chairs and furniture. They sat together, waiting, the lantern casting long shadows across the wooden floor. The jungle outside was silent again. Dead. Then at 3 a.m. sharp, knock, 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 the sound thundered through the cabin. But this time, it didn't stop. Knocks rattled the walls, the door, the windows, every surface, as if dozens of hands were pounding all around them. The friends screamed, clutching each other, and then silence. For a moment, they thought it was over. Until they heard it, a single knock coming from inside the cabin. Terrified, they decided to leave at dawn. But the jungle had other plans. The road was gone. Where the dirt path once led back to town, now there was only dense, endless jungle. Their GPS spun in circles. Their phones had no signal. The cabin was the only place left to return to. That night they didn't sleep. They huddled together, wide-eyed, waiting. At 3 a.m. the knocking started again. But this time, the pattern changed. Knock, 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 knock. Like something was calling them. Michael snapped. Screaming, he grabbed the lantern and stormed outside, shouting into the darkness. His friends begged him to come back, but the jungle swallowed him whole. Minutes passed, then, from the trees, the sound of knocking. Not on wood this time, on bone. The three remaining friends clutched each other, too afraid to move. When the lantern flickered, they saw it. A shadow in the doorway, not Michael, something else. It stepped inside, and the knocking began again, but this time, it came from their own chests, from inside their ribs, like the jungle had claimed them to. The next morning, hikers found the cabin. Empty, doors wide open, furniture untouched, but on the inside of the walls, carved deep into the wood, were words scratched over and over again. Don't stay past 3. And every morning since, at exactly 3 a.m., the cabin waits for the next visitor, for the next knock,